Hi BookTube, my name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I am coming to you with another weekly reading vlog. You guys really enjoyed the last one, it seems, so I'm doing it again. I've seen some of the comments for the one I posted this morning from last week, and a lot of you are like, please do another one, please do it again. So here I am. I haven't done vlogs in a while. I used to do these a lot, like do these weekly reading vlogs, and I forgot how much I missed doing them. They are fun for me because I'm very chatty to begin with. So vlogs just kind of lend well to that chatty nature of who I am. So you will have seen a little clip just before this one. My husband and I went over to Walmart just a little bit ago. So starting this off, today is August 22nd. It's Sunday. It's just after 2 in the afternoon. We're back from our Walmart experience. I bought a few things, and a couple of them are bookish related, so I thought I would, do a little Walmart haul. That might be fun. But I'm mostly here to kick off the vlog and share with you a book that I actually DNF'd yesterday. This was after I had edited last week's vlog and all those things, so I wasn't about to sneak in another clip. Because it was later at night too. It was when I was laying in bed. I just kind of made the decision that, I was going to DNF this book. So just to start off the vlog as well, for anyone who is only interested in watching the book reviews, there will be timestamps listed below. So if you want to go ahead and jump just to the specific book reviews and cut out all of the chatter that I like to do, you're not going to offend me. Please, by all means, go right ahead and do that. And my glasses are bugging me because of the light coming in through here. It is ridiculously hot out today, you guys. Oh my gosh. I think it's like 40 degrees Celsius with the humidity, which is 80, 90. It's over 100 Fahrenheit, I think, for my American friends. So yeah, I'm not a fan of summer. I don't like it. We just came back from Walmart and I'm like, I'm not going out again. I'm in the house with the air conditioning. I'm a happy camper. So the book that I DNF'd. We will start there, and then I'll show you guys what I got at Walmart, because some of them are books, and we'll go from there. And then I'll share with you, I'll show you what I DNF'd. I'll talk about very quickly what I'm currently reading, and then I'll get into the Walmart stuff from this clip, or in this clip, I should say. So essentially, yesterday or last night, what day did I start this book? Was it Friday? I think I started it Friday because today's Sunday. So on Friday, I started reading Blazin' in Blue by Rachel Miles. And I got about 40 pages into it. I'm like, okay, this is okay. It's like the 5th book in a series. So this part of me felt confused. Like, again, like I was missing part of the story. And then I kept thinking, okay, maybe it's you, because I'm jumping in like towards the end of a series. And I just couldn't get into this book. It was a historical romance novel. I really like the fact that the main character, Emmeline, had good representation because she was disabled. She had an issue with her leg. She needed a walking stick because she was in a carriage accident when she was a child, and the carriage accident actually killed her mother and her sisters. And then it's kind of, the story is that ever since this accident, she can hear voices or something. So it's got a slightly, I want to say, like magical realism twist to it. And there's the guy she's at the beginning of the book, she's set to marry this one guy, and she runs away from her wedding, and she's been having this relationship with this other guy, and he's kind of a scoundrel. So I thought at first, I'm like, this sounds like such a fun story. And I got this book from NetGalley. So it came out last year. And guys, I couldn't get into it. I just legitimately had no interest in picking it up. And I just thought, why? Why am I doing this? So I went on Goodreads, and I usually don't look at reviews, but I decided to go and do that. So I went on Goodreads, and I was glancing at some of the reviews, and other people were saying the same thing. That even people who had read previous books in the series felt confused by this book. So I'm like, okay, so it's not just me. Because legit, you don't have to have read the other books to read this one. It just so happens the series is set around this group of friends called the Muses Salon or something like that. And they're like a book group, like a 18th century, or what would it be? Would it be 18th century or 19th century? It took place in 1819. A group of women who got together as a book club, which is just all kinds of delightful. But they all have like these special abilities, if you want to call it that. So each story individually is a separate entity. But this is kind of what ties the series together. But it wasn't just me. And I just thought, if this is a book I'm not interested in, it's 350 pages. I got about 50 pages into it, or 70 pages into it. And I just said, I'm done. So I DNF'd it, unfortunately. left a quick little review on Goodreads just saying, you know, I couldn't get into this one, and that's that, and it's done. So that was my DNF that I did yesterday. So as for reading currently, what am I currently reading? I am almost finished reading Charmed by the Cook's Kids by Melinda Curtis, which is a Harlequin heartwarming novel, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't want to get too much into this because I'll finish it tomorrow. I'll give you guys the full backstory on this one tomorrow, like what this one is all about. Suffice it to say, it's a really cute small-town contemporary romance. The Harlequin heartwarming line is a sweet line, so everything is behind closed doors. If at all, I think the most you're going to get is a kiss. There's no swearing or anything else like that, and it's really, really delightful and adorable. And then what I am reading currently as well, because I always like to have 2 books on the go. So I've mentioned this before. I mentioned this in my last vlog. The Charmed by the Cook's Kids book, I am listening to, even though I'm not really listening to audio right now. I'm doing it on text-to-speech through the Gloss app through Harlequin, and I'm really enjoying listening to it that way. I find it very relaxing, and yeah, I do it while I'm organizing my books and getting all my, because I have a lot of books to organize. I have decided to, I think I've mentioned this before, I don't think it was in my last vlog, but just in case you guys are curious. At one point I had all of my books cataloged on Goodreads, but not on a spreadsheet. But because I wasn't as good at updating Goodreads, like when new books would come in, I wouldn't necessarily update them. Stuff fell by the wayside. I didn't have everything cataloged. Plus the fact that I wanted backup. One of my fears is, and I know this is probably irrational because we would know about it long before it would actually happen, I'm thinking, is that what if something happened to Goodreads? What if Goodreads suddenly went away? All that cataloging that I've done is gone. So I wanted backup for myself. So I am backing up my book collection in spreadsheets. So that's why I'm cataloging all of these. So there's a shelf here that you guys can't see. I'm starting out with my Category Romance physical edition books. Sorry if the camera keeps going in and out. So I'm starting with my Category Romance physical books. So I've got the bookshelf here that you guys can't see is done. And I'm working on this bookcase right here. So as you can see, this shelf is done. This shelf is about half done. But actually, as I'm going through them, I'm making room. So as you can see that this one shelf here is empty. So what's going to happen is that I'm working on cataloging these ones up here. So as I get these done, I move them down to here. And then I'm going to do that as I go. So there will always be an empty shelf free. So essentially at the end of the day, once I'm done the Category Romance books, that shelf right there will be empty. Now this whole bookcase behind me is non-category. Just my book collection that is non-category. So my goal is, because as you can see there's stuff piled on top of stuff over there, is that some of those books are going to move over to that top shelf. And stuff is going to be shifted. Now you can probably also see that I have an empty shelf there. There's an empty shelf there. There's an empty shelf in this black shelf and one here. The bottom shelves are all empty because I have a cat who is a jerk. And that's all I'm going to say. Now, that being said, ever since we lost our other cat, Goran, back at the beginning of August, which still breaks my heart to even think about it, he hasn't been a jerk in that aspect. Essentially, and I'm sorry if this grosses anyone out, he was peeing on things, which is completely disgusting, and we don't know why he was doing it, but ever since we lost Goran, he's not doing it anymore. But I'm not tempting fate by putting books down there. Because I know the second I do that, it's something that's going to be like, hey, I can pee on that. Because I'm sure that's how a cat thinks. I've owned cats my entire life. I'm pretty sure that's how they think. So anyway, that all being said, so I'm not only doing my physical books, I'm also going through all the books that I own on Kindle and all the books I own on Kobo and all the books that when it's digital, I use own in a very loose sense because, as everybody knows, you don't own a digital book. You are essentially borrowing the rights to read it. But I'm going through all of those as well. And I mean, these books alone, there's probably close to 2,000. My Kindle, I have about 1,500. On my Kobo, I have something like 200. And then on my Gloss app through Harlequin, I have close to 700. So this is going to take me a while. This is going to take me a while. and I'm okay with that because I find it very relaxing. I really do. To sit here and catalog is fun. So back to the entire story to begin with, is that's when I'm sitting here doing that in the morning. I usually do it for about an hour every morning. It's kind of like my chill time before I start work. I don't start work till 11 o'clock in the morning. Is I listen to text-to-speech for whatever book I'm listening to, and I do that. But the great thing is, too, is that, like, yesterday when I DNF'd that book, I wanted to read something before I went to bed, so I picked up that Charmed by the Cook's Kids, and I physically read a chapter or so. I think it was 1 or 2 chapters, just, on the app itself. So I really like that. I know there's a lot of people who can do that with audiobooks, and I can't. I can't go from an audiobook to reading the book physically. I think the voice, I don't know if that's it, if it's like the voice thing or something like that. Oh, hi, Bernard. You heard me talking about you, didn't you, love? So anyway, that is that. I'm rambling at this point. So what else am I reading? This morning, I started reading Closely Harbored Secrets by Bree Baker. This is the 5th book in the Seaside Cafe Mystery Series. I love this series so much. Bree Baker is the pen name for Julianne Lindsay. And I am participating with Nicole over at Who Picked This Book in her book club, where we are reading all of these books. So we're reading this one. There's going to be a live show on the 1st of September, so I want to read this. It's a little early, it's going to be over a week from now before the live show. However, I did borrow this edition from my library, and someone else is waiting for it. So I want to get it done so I can get it to the next person in line. And then on the 15th of September, we're going to be doing book 6. And then book 7, which is the final book in the series, doesn't come out till March. So I'll be a part of that live show in March as well. So yeah, this is what I'm currently reading now. I am literally not even 10 pages into it at this point. After I'm done recording this, I plan on relaxing and watching some booktube and doing some reading this afternoon and just having a chill Sunday night. Oh, Bernard. Bernard loves to sit at my feet underneath here. Right in front of me is a window. And right underneath the window he's legit sitting on my foot, is the air vent. And we've got the air conditioning on. So I think that's why he likes to sit right here. It's cool. So yeah, all I know about this one is that it takes place at Halloween, which just makes me all kinds of happy. So when I finish this book, I promise you I will put the full color cover up here when I'm talking about this book when I finish it this week, because, you can see, look at how adorable, there's a seagull wearing a pirate's hat. You got to see this cover in full color. It is delightful. All of these books are delightful. Their cover art is just spectacular. I want to buy all of them in physical format because I just think they're just adorable. And it's one of my favorite cozy mystery series. Seriously, one of my favorites. So anyway, that's what I'm reading. So let's get into what I purchased at the Walmart. Some of it is totally not interesting. Some of it is very interesting. So first of all, I got some more face things for makeup removing pad thingies. Very interesting. I got conditioner. Can always use some more conditioner. I am not one of those, clearly, I'm not one of those people who's overtly concerned with my hair. I have been out, I washed it this morning, but I've been out in the heat and it's gross. So I apologize for the way I look. But this is a Canadian and it's $2 a bottle. I'm not one of those, my hair is my hair is my hair. And then I got these, because these were only 50 cents. And you know what? You can never have too many notebooks. So I got 2 more notebooks for 50 cents each. I said to my husband, how can I say no to that? So I have a couple more of these, but I find these are really great because I am attempting to become a writer. And I just find it very relaxing sometimes to actually just write down thoughts. So I like to have a notebook where I can just jot stuff down. So that's why I picked those up. Again, for 50 cents each. And then I got 3 books. So here are the 3 books that I picked up. So at my Walmart, and I don't know if this is the same in the States, or I don't even think it's the same throughout Canada, is that they have a deal where if you buy 3 Harlequin books, they're 3 for $15. So essentially when I ran these 3 books through the till and we were paying for them, I got 1 for free essentially because they're $7 something a piece. Can I read this without my glasses? $7.99 for the 2 big ones and $6.75 for the smaller ones. So I got one of these bigger ones for free. So let me show you what I purchased. So the first one is a single title, and this is An Absence of Motive by Maggie Wells. The reason I picked this up, I do have a copy of this from NetGalley to read. However, I do love to support the author, and I haven't read this one yet, but Brie and I were fortunate enough, we just this morning interviewed Maggie Wells for the Categorically Romance podcast. And I wanted to support her, of course, so I went out and got a copy of the book because she made a comment saying that I think this is the last day, one of the last days that these books are going to be available in stores if you want to pick up a physical copy in your local store. So I had to pick up a copy of this one. This is the first in a trilogy, the Erasing the Bar Brief series, and it's a legal thriller trilogy. So there's like one overarching plot that follows all 3 books, and they're going to be released back to back to back. So this is book 1. Book 2 comes out in September, and book 3 comes out in October. So I'll be getting all 3 of them physically. So very happy to have that. And then I got, I'm sorry guys, it's hot and dry and gross. Water in my David's teacup. I got 2 of these 2-book bind-ups that I love ever so much. So these are 2 new ones that were released this month. So the first one here, these are part of the new Harlequin Select series. I'm wondering if these are replacing the best-selling author collection that Harlequin used to put out, because I haven't seen those in a while. No, actually, maybe they are still putting them out. I haven't seen them in stores, let's put it that way. So these are like, I guess, select books that they're re-releasing, and it's a 2-in-1, so you get 2 books for the price of 1. So these are $8 a piece. So like I said, I got one of these for free, essentially, with the book deal. So this is Seek the Truth by Lynette Eason, with a bonus story by Laura Scott. I do love the cover, like very, very, this is clearly an intrigue type. Both of these, all 3 of these books are romantic suspense, essentially. So within this volume, you get Her Stolen Past by Lynette Eason, which was, I love looking at this, which was originally published in 2014. And I believe probably a love-inspired suspense. Lynette Eason, yeah, and same with Laura Scott. I believe both of these would be love-inspired suspense. And the other one is called Proof of Life by Laura Scott, and that was originally published in 2011. So yeah, so there's that one. And then this one, Sharon Sala. Now, I just did DNF a Sharon Sala book last week, but I do love her writing. So these, I believe, were probably intrigue books at one point. So we have Sharon Sala with a bonus story by Dolores Fosun on Dangerous Ground. Another great, great cover. I mean, these covers are just gorgeous. So the first book, the one by Sharon Sala, is called On Dangerous Ground, and it was originally published in 2000. So that's a 21-year-old book. And then the one by Dolores Fosun is Grayson. It's just called Grayson. I believe it was part of a series. It was published in 2011, and I'm pretty sure I have the standalone, like I have the individual title somewhere on one of these shelves. Somewhere. I need to get these organized so bad, you guys, because I'm looking for books, and because everything's out of order, it's driving me crazy. So I am really looking forward to getting this done. I'm hoping, my goal is the end of September for the category books to be done, and then I can put them all in proper order, and then I'm going to be doing a bookshelf tour. Not book by book, but just kind of showing you guys my entire Harlequin category collection. So yeah, so I got that one as well. So anyway, guys, this is a super long clip. So sorry for starting off the vlog this way. I may or may not pop back on tonight. We shall see. But I will talk to you in my next one. Bye, guys. Hi, BookTube. Happy Monday. Today is the 23rd of August, and it is just before 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm just coming to you with a very, very quick little update. So I got up this morning and I was looking at the calendar, and I'm like, okay, what's happening this Saturday? There's something happening this Saturday that I was trying to remember, and then I remembered on Saturday is the Book Sisters Book Club, where me, Chloe, and Brie over on Chloe's channel are going to be talking about the books that we picked for our reading this month. And we're doing things a little bit different this month, where we picked a theme, and the theme is travel, and we all picked a different book. So the book that I picked was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I bought it last month or the month before, and I meant to get to it in July, but I didn't, and I was really looking for an excuse to kind of get to it. And because it deals with time travel, I thought it would be really a fun twist on the theme. So I have it on hardcover. It's like a 500-page book, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get through that sometime this week. And now today I'm obviously working from home. And tomorrow and Wednesday I have to go into the office. And I know I was like saying about audiobooks last week, like I'm just not in the mood for them. And I kind of thought, okay, maybe what I'll do is I'll try and find a copy on audio and I'll read it and then maybe try, listening to a bit on audio on my commute. And then when I'm not commuting, try and read it physically, kind of an idea, right? So anyway, I went on my library website. It's like an 18-week wait for the audiobook. And I'm like, well, that's not going to happen. So then I went on Scribd. Now, I haven't been using it because I haven't really been listening to audiobooks. I mean, I've only listened to 2 so far this month, and it's the 23rd. That's really not normal for me. Someone who, I used to really enjoy audiobooks quite a bit. And I don't know, like I said in my last vlog, maybe it's a season of life thing or something like that, that I just, over the last like July, August, I haven't been as interested in audiobooks. So I grabbed it from Scribd. And I'm listening to it this morning. You guys, it's amazing. It is amazing on audio. And I think that's what I was missing. I really needed a really fantastic audiobook to kind of rekindle what it is that I love so much about them. I mean, the story is just amazing. And Julia Whalen does the narration. And she's a favorite narrator of mine. And it's brilliant. She's doing such a good job. So I'm about a couple hours into it at this point. So I'm listening to it. I've got admin stuff that I'm doing today, mostly. So I'm doing that and I'm kind of listening to it, but I wanted to stop and talk to you guys briefly first. So today also, when I take my lunch break in an hour, I am going to be physically reading and finishing Charmed by the Cook's Kids by Melinda Curtis. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that one done. I think I have like 60 pages left of that one. So I'm going to try and finish that one off. And then later on this afternoon, if I have some downtime or whatever, I'm going to pick up and continue reading Closely Harbored Secrets by Brie Baker. Now, I didn't get any more of that read yesterday. Yesterday was kind of a bum day for reading for me. I ended up, what did I do yesterday? So we had an interview with an author. We talked to author Maggie Wells. And then Garrett and I went over to Walmart. I remembered I started the clip after I came back from Walmart. So after that, I ended up, Garrett was actually napping. I thought about doing that, but I didn't, because usually if I nap in the afternoon, I don't sleep at night. So I try not to do it if at all possible. So I actually started watching some floss tube videos, which are cross-stitch videos here on YouTube. And then that's pretty much how I spent the rest of my day. I sat and I did some cross-stitch and I watched that. And it was kind of nice, to be taking a little bit of a break from the reading, but I'm back at it this morning by listening to this audiobook, and guys, I'm really enjoying it. Like, I don't know, maybe that's the thing. It's like, I guess it's almost like if you read a bunch of bad books in a row, you're kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to pick anything up. Am I really going to enjoy it? So, I think that's kind of the thing. So anyway, guys, I got to jump back into it. But like I said, I just wanted to check in. And like I said, I'm hoping to finish by the Charmed by the Cook's Kids today. So I will pop back on here tonight to give you guys an update, and I will talk to you then. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. Happy Monday night. Sorry for the very weird lighting, but it is like, what is it, almost 8:30? It is almost 8:30 on Monday night. I finished work, I've had dinner, and now I thought I'd sit down and give you guys a very quick reading update for today. So first things first, first things first is I think I mentioned to you guys, I had a video call with one of my cardiologists this morning, and that was fine, no problems. He said everything looks good, and that he would redo the test that I had to have done about a month ago. I have to redo that in March, which is par for the course. It's usually about twice a year I have to have it done. It's a Holter monitor. I think at one point on the channel I showed you guys about a month ago that I was wearing this little device, right? So he wants to redo the test in March, and then see him again in April. So no harm, no foul. Everything looks good. Sorry. And then I finished, over my lunch break, I finished reading Charmed by the Cook's Kids by Melinda Curtis, and I really enjoyed it, you guys. I gave it 4 stars. So thank you very much to NetGalley and to Harlequin, of course, for sending me an e-art copy of this book to read and review. Came out last June of 2020, so I'm a little delayed on it. It is a Harlequin heartwarming novel, and it is the 6th book in the Mountain Monroe series. So I really, really like this one a lot. I mean, I'm a big fan of Melinda Curtis's writing anyway, and this is a fabulous little series. So I hadn't read any other ones in the series, but I was in no way lost for anything that was going on. So essentially, the series itself is about, it's about this small town I want to say it's in Idaho. I hope I'm right on that one. And essentially this man owns the town, or owned the town. And he had 12 grandchildren. So there's 12 stories in total in this series. So this is number 6, and it's, of course, right smack dab in the middle. And all of these grandchildren, since this man has passed away, are now owners of the town and need to decide what they're going to do. Are they going to sell? Are they going to keep they own the businesses and stuff like that. So each grandchild has his or her own story. So this is Cam's story. And he is a Michelin-starred chef who lost his job, and he is in a second chance for his cousin's wedding. He agreed to do the catering for his cousin's wedding. So really the only place that he can do this cooking that has a kitchen big enough is this place called the Bent Nickel Diner. And it is owned and run by Ivy. And she's a single mom of 2 little boys. Her ex-husband was very emotionally abusive to her, and they ended up, of course, breaking up, or, he left, and she's raising her 2 boys on her own while running this diner 12 hours a day. She is like the sole employee. She does all the waitressing, all the cooking, and all these things. So Cam comes in, and he's kind of turning his nose up at it because, like, it's a greasy spoon. A lot of the stuff comes frozen, and, he's kind of like, well, you should be serving other things. So the 2 of them really butt heads at the very beginning. But they slowly start to come around to each other, which is really super fantastic, and it's really cute. And then Ivy's ex-husband comes back in the picture, and the story kind of goes from there. So you are seeing bits and pieces of some of the other characters, most predominantly Laurel, who is Cam's cousin, and she's getting married. She's the bride that he's cooking for, and she's pregnant with twins that are not the man that she's marrying's children. Now, he knows that. It's not a surprise. But the guy who did get her pregnant doesn't know it. So there's this entire secondary plot line within this book of that. So that's going to come to a head in the next book. So I really need to get on the next book. But yeah, what I want to do is start at the beginning and just like work my way straight through this series because it is absolutely delightful. If you are unfamiliar with the Harlequin heartwarming line, these are sweet romances. The most you're getting is a kiss, and I just love them. The emotional aspect of these stories is just amazing, and I love them so much. I love this little town of Second Chance. There are some great characters in this town. There's a woman named Sarah who helps out Ivy occasionally at the diner. Like if one of her boys are sick or something like that, she will take over. And she is a very take charge, takes no BS kind of a woman. And her and Cam have this great scene together where she kind of reveals some of what happened to her and why she's so protective over Ivy and things like that. So, and then this old man named Roy who lives in town, and he's like the town handyman, and everybody's taking care of him, and it's delightful, absolutely delightful, and I really, really love it. So I highly recommend this whole series if you haven't read any of them yet, and like me, I want to go back and start at the beginning, so I am very much looking forward to doing that. Other thing that I read today, I got a good chunk you guys read of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I am loving this. I said in my clip this morning that this book rekindled my love for audiobooks. So I do have a physical copy, so I kind of, found where I was when I stopped the audiobook, and I've got my bookmark in, so I've gotten a good chunk read of this today. I couldn't put it down. Like I had a lot of admin type stuff to do, and I just kind of plugged this in and let myself go and do my admin stuff while reading this, and it's really good. I don't want to say too much about it, mainly because I went into it not knowing very much about it, and I'm really, really glad that I did that. So, when I'm finished it, I'm hoping to finish it in the next few days. I will give you guys a full review to an extent, because again, I don't want to give away too much of the plot line for this, because like I said, I went into it blind. But it is so, so good. Not what I normally read, and I'm really impressed. I'm really, my first V.E. Schwab, so I'm enjoying it quite a bit. And I did start just while we were having dinner. We had Pizza Hut, in case anyone's curious. I started Closely Harbored Secrets. Now, I started it the other day, but I only got like 5 pages into it, so I just kind of restarted reading it again. And I'm hoping to get at least 4 or 5 chapters of that read tonight. It's a very quick read. It's a great cozy mystery, and it's a great cozy mystery series. So I'm looking forward to reading that one. So anyway, guys, that is all that I have for today. Tomorrow I have to go into the office, so that's fun. And I probably won't check in with you guys until I get home tomorrow night, but I will definitely talk to you then. Bye, guys. Hi, friends. Happy Tuesday. Today is the 24th of August, and it is just after 7 at night. So I'm sitting in my car. I just finished work. I'm in the parking garage, if you can't tell. Like the only car here in the parking garage. Working till 7 o'clock is great. This is far better than the winter time, though. At least it's not pitch black. And you know what I have to say? This parking garage is very well lit in the winter time, so that's a good thing. But anyway, I want to check in with you now because by the time I get home, have my dinner, change, and relax, it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And I thought, you know what? I don't have a lot to share right now, so I just thought I would stop and do that right now. And then that way I don't forget to do it later. So anyway, reading update for today. The first thing I want to share with you, sorry, just bear with, I just got to juggle the camera there. The first thing that I want to share with you is that I was a little bit annoyed last night. So what happened is that, or what I think happened, I haven't actually confirmed it yet. I'm going to ask my mom and she'll say, no, I didn't mean to do that. She gets defensive. I'm like, it's not a big deal. But I was a little annoyed last night because I had borrowed Closely Harbored Secrets from the Toronto Public Library. Now, Mom shares my library account with me. She will borrow books as well. She doesn't borrow like maybe a couple a month or whatever. Anyway, she was listening to an audiobook and she finished it yesterday. So last night I was reading the Closely Harbored Secrets on my Kobo, right? Because I can download through Overdrive or whatever to my Kobo tablet. And I was reading it and I refreshed I refreshed it for some reason. I think because I had another book that had come into the library and I wanted it to go on my device, so I hit refresh. Then all of a sudden it shows that Closely Harbored Secrets is now a preview and I no longer have it. I'm like, what is happening? What? I know I wasn't even anywhere close to the expiry date. Like, I know someone was waiting on it. It was due to be returned. Like, you know, I was trying to read it as quickly as possible so I could get it returned for the next person. However, I'm pretty sure I still had at least 15, 14 days, like at least a couple weeks still on that, right? And I started thinking to myself, did I miscalculate? So I went on my library app on my phone and noticed that that book had been returned, but the book that Mom had been listening to was not, and she finished it. So I think she accidentally returned the wrong book. It happens. It can absolutely happen very easily. No fault. I was just more of like a, darn it, because there's 2 other people waiting for a copy of that book to read, and I'm like, I need to read it by next Wednesday, so a week tomorrow, right? I'm like, there's no way the hold's going to come in time. So I look to see how much it is, and I am all about supporting the authors 100%, and I fully want to do that for Julianne Lindsay / Brie Baker for this book. However, it was $8 for the digital copy. That hurts me. That hurts me a lot. I would much rather spend that money on physical editions of the book, which is what I want to do, is eventually get all the physical editions for these books because they are just so adorable, like, and the covers are just delightful. But I'm like, that hurts me to spend that kind of money. So what I did was I went on Hoopla, and lo and behold, Hoopla had it on ebook, and I was so happy. So I'm reading it on my Kindle Fire on Hoopla. Crisis averted, but I was very upset. Like, not very upset, but I was like really like, I think I was more annoyed by the cost of the ebook as I was to the book accidentally getting returned. Mistakes happen, accidents happen. There's nothing, you know, it is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. At the end of the day, because I used to tell her all the time, I'm like, make sure to return the books when you're done, because there might be other people waiting to borrow them. And now she's very good about it. Like, as soon as she finishes the book, she returns it. So the next person in line is happy about that. She was just overzealous. I guess she noticed it. She thought, you know, must have thought it was the wrong book. It's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. So I got a little bit of reading done on that this afternoon at work because it was quiet. And the other book, though, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, you guys, I'm 70% of the way through it. I will finish it tomorrow. Like, this is the fastest I finished a book all month, I think. And it is so good. I don't want to say any more. It's so good. But anyway, I am going to go. I've been sitting here talking to you guys for 5 minutes. I'm going to get on the road, and I'm going to go home, and my husband's making dinner, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hi friends, happy Wednesday. Today is the 25th of August and it's just before 5 o'clock at night. So happy 4 months till Christmas, by the way. Just a fun little reminder. For those of you who do Christmas crafting, like, you know, if you're making stuff for people, you got 4 months. I am not. I remember the first year I was like a knitter. I'm like, I'm going to knit everybody all the things. And I think I knit one thing. And I'm like, after that, never again. I don't like putting that kind of stress on myself. So anyway, to celebrate the fact it's 4 months till Christmas, I did stop and get a pumpkin spice latte this morning. So that's a thing. So yeah, so worked from home today, which is great, or working from home because I'm still working. But I have a few minutes. I just thought I would quickly sit down and talk to you guys about the fact that I finished a book today. So yay, you guys, oh my God. So a little bit ago, I finished The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I listened to this on audio. I do have a physical edition. And am I ever glad I bought a physical copy of it? 5 stars. 5 stars, you guys. This one was amazing. This is my first 5-star read in a while. And like, I don't want to talk too much about the plot itself because I went in it just knowing it's about a girl who essentially she makes a deal with the devil in a way. And in 1700s in France, is that when it opens up? I can't remember. 1714 in France. And makes a deal with the devil. And she ends up being able to kind of in a way live forever, but nobody ever remembers her. Like, you know, she'll go into a store, for example, she'll go into a store and, you know, the clerk will come up and be like, can I help you? And she'll be like, no, it's good. And then the clerk will turn her back and walk out of the room or something like that. And then when she comes back, she won't remember have talked to her earlier. She can't leave any kind of mark. She can't build anything. She can't write anything. She can't even say her own name. So that's pretty much all I really knew about it. So hard time labeling this one as to the genre itself. Clearly it's a fantasy-esque type novel, but I would also definitely say historical fiction because it does jump back and forth in history quite a bit. The other thing I like, now I've never read V.E. Schwab before, this was my first by her, is that some of the chapters are super short, like less than a page long. Then other ones are like 5 or 6 pages long. So it was kind of like a nice little way the story was broken up. And it's told in 4 books or 4 parts, I guess. 4 or 5 parts, I think. So yeah, definitely historical fiction, fantasy. Definitely not my norm. Definitely not anything that I would normally read. But I was really intrigued by this. And clearly I am really glad I picked it up. So like I was saying to my friend Bria, I messaged her when I finished it. And I'm like, I gave this 5 stars. I loved it. And like what I got thinking about is that I think the reason is because it's different than what I normally read. It kind of pulled me out of my normal reading. Now, I love romance and I will never, ever, ever give up reading romance. It's still my favorite. But those of you who read romance or who read genre fiction know that there are certain beats that need to be hit as you're reading those books, right? So like in a romance, for example, you've got the meet cute. Then you've got them kind of getting to know each other and their friends like talking to them about, you know, and then they hit the dark moment. And that's what it's called, is the dark moment, where all is lost and they're breaking up and they're never going to be together again. And then you get the happily ever after. I mean, that's all well and good. And I love that. Going in knowing that is what one of the big draws for romance novels is, in my opinion. With this one, I had no clue where the story was going to take me. You know, I wasn't waiting for the dark moment. I wasn't waiting for a certain beat to be hit. Now, I know that those beats are still in these kind of books. And yes, you do get the dark night of the soul kind of an idea in a story like this. But I still wasn't anticipating it. And I really love the back and forth aspect of, you know, her going, like, you seeing her back in time, living through all these different centuries, essentially, and it was just amazing. I don't know what else to say. It was amazing. I really like the characters. The main plot of the story takes place, I think, over the course of less than a month, and then you get the backstory of her as well. And yeah, I mean, if you have not read this one, you've been sitting on the fence about it, like, this is someone who does not, this is not my norm. I've never read V.E. Schwab before. I don't typically read these kind of books. This is definitely an adult novel. I would say, well, I mean, our main character is 300 plus years old, but I think when she makes the deal, she's in her early 20s. And some of the other characters, if you were to classify this as an age group, which you don't, to a certain extent, does it really matter? I mean, if you think your teenager is, mature enough to read something, then go for it. There are some people who are in their 50s or 60s who would not be mature enough to read some things. That's just my opinion. So it all depends on the person. But if you were to classify it as an age group based on the characters' ages, new adult into adult, because Henry, the boy they call him a boy, which is kind of annoying too. The man that she meets, I guess, he's in his early 20s as well. He's got friends who are in university still, and like the one friend is doing her thesis, and this is like the 9th time she's doing this thesis and stuff like that. So, that's what I would say but there is some adult content in here. There's talk of course, well, no, I'm not going to give any spoilers away for anything, but there's definitely some adult content in here. However, there's nothing graphic. Everything is behind closed doors. So there's that. God, this was so amazing. This was so amazing, and I'm so happy I read it. And yeah, I mean, this is one of those books, in my opinion, that you could kind of get a book hangover from, I think. But I mean, I just was itching to finish it. I finished it in 3 days because I wanted to know how it ended, and I did listen to it on audio. I got it from Scribed, and Julia Whalen does the narration. And guys, if you're an audiobook listener, listen to this on audio. Like I said in a previous clip, this is the book that got me back into why I love audiobooks. She did an amazing job. Not only did she, of course, do brilliantly on the male and female voices, but the accents. Like Addie herself is French, of course, because the book starts off in France. And of course, as she comes to America, she starts to lose that very the thicker French accent. But when she's talking, you can still hear a trace of it as she's in New York in modern time. And then when it goes back to when she was in France before everything started, or when it first started, she has a much thicker French accent. And it was just so well done. I mean, it was a true experience listening to it on audio. And I mean, yes, I'm raving about this book because it was so, so good. I really, really enjoyed it. So yay on this one. So I did decide to go ahead and start another book because that's what I do. So over my lunch break, I started reading or listening to on audio The Last Night in London by Karen White, which is a historical fiction novel, World War II. It's another one that's back and forth in time, but it is just a historical fiction. There's no fantasy element to it. And I am still reading Closely Harbored Secrets by Bree Baker. So I don't know if I'm going to update you guys again tonight. We shall see. Part of me is kind of hoping I've stopped the audiobook for now, and I'm kind of, I've got some stuff to do here at work. But I'm hoping tonight just to really just sit on the couch and do some reading on Closely Harbored Secrets, because I would really like to get that done sooner rather than later. Because there's a couple other physical books that I'd like to read before the end of the month, so we shall see. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys right now. Like I said, I may check in again tonight, but if not, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Morning, friends. Happy Thursday. Today is the 26th of August, and it's about 10:30 in the morning. I have already had an extremely productive day. I thought I would pop on and say hello and give you guys a bit of a reading update and a what's going on update. Right now, like I said, I was productive this morning, so I actually filmed and edited a video already this morning for Harlequin. Now, for those of you who may or may not know, I was doing videos for Read Bliss. Read Bliss is now no more. They've moved everything over to the Harlequin YouTube channel. So I'm going to be doing videos over there now, which is very exciting. They're posting some of the videos that were on the Read Bliss site. They're going up, but they're also starting to put some new content. So they asked me to do a video on author backlists. So I had a handful of authors that I talked about their backlist. It was a super fun video to do. So I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad it's done. I'm glad I got it done and edited. So I just have to export it. I have it saved. And I'm going to do that on my lunch because it's going to take a bit of time, and it's already 10:30 and I don't want to run into starting work time. So I have that. And then the other thing is that I decided to DNF a book. So yesterday I think I mentioned that I was starting The Last Night in London by Karen White. and it's a historical fiction novel, and I got about an hour and a half into it yesterday, and it was okay. But I really wasn't finding myself engaged in the story. And I decided this morning, I thought about it, I'm like, oh, so I'll pop that in and listen to it for a bit while I'm doing some admin stuff here at work or working from home, and just didn't have the urge to pick it up. I think it's because, like, Addie LaRue was so good, plus it was 17 hours. This one is 16 or 17 hours, and I'm like, I just don't think I'm in the mood for another 16 or 17 hour long audiobook at this point. So I'm not DNFing it. I'm putting it down for now. But this will be my third this month, guys. This is, like, I usually am one who doesn't do that too much, but it's kind of very liberating to be like, I'm not in the mood for this book right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it down. And that's what I'm doing. So, yeah. So I'm not going to listen to any audio today, I don't think. I'm going to maybe watch some BookTube. I need to do some catching up on BookTube. And I did start a new book this morning while I was laying in bed before I got up. I started Night Shifts with the Miami Doc by, I think it's Annie O'Neill. I'll have a picture of it popped up here, I'm sure. And it's a Harlequin medical romance. And so far I'm enjoying it. I'm only a few chapters in. I'll give you guys a bit more of an update later. And I want to get a good chunk of Closely Harbored Secrets by Bree Baker read today, because I haven't done a lot of reading on that. I've been focusing a lot on audio the last few days, so I want to get some actual ebook reading done. So that's pretty much my goal, but it's Thursday. Like I said, I've got admin stuff to do today and some other, of course, work stuff right now. I think I'm going to log in a bit early and see what my day holds for me, if there's any meetings or anything like that. So yeah, but anyway, guys, that is it, and I will talk to you later today. Bye, guys. Hi, friends. Happy Friday, and apologies for the most boring vlog ever. Pretty much it's just been me sitting in this chair on different days. So yeah, I am, it's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. It is the 27th of August, and it is my lunchtime. So I'm on my lunch break, and I thought I would check in with you guys. Not a lot of reading over the last couple days, to be completely honest. I haven't been sleeping well. It's because of my back. My back's been really bugging me, and I don't like to take a lot of painkillers if I don't have to. Besides, it really doesn't do a lot, which is unfortunate. And it's on me. It's my fault. I need to make sure I do my stretches at night before I go to bed. This isn't doctor's orders or anything like that, but I used to do yoga a lot, and I have really fallen off the bandwagon over the last, year or so. So I need to get back to doing that before bed, even if it's just for 10 minutes. My lower back is really, really tight, and I know it's from sitting all day, in a chair in front of my computer. So, for work reasons. So I need to get back to doing that again. I mean, I have the time. I just need to do it. And it does make me feel better, and it helps my back. So that's the big thing. And flexibility and all that stuff. So anyway, that's just me complaining as per usual. So yeah, I'm on lunch. I just ate, and I am sitting here working on some cross stitch. My Zodiac sampler pattern from Clouds Factory, which I really, really love. I am not very far into this at all. This is all I've done. It's a huge pattern. There's the fabric for the whole thing. This is just one small part of it, so it's going to take up a big part of my wall whenever I eventually get it done. So yeah, so I've been sitting here working on that on my lunch, and that's pretty much about it. Reading, that's why you guys are here, is here for the reading. So I started a new audiobook today. I think I told you guys yesterday that I I decided not to read, for now. I'm not going to continue reading The Last Night in London by Karen White. I just wasn't in the mood for it. So today I started a thriller. I started Stranger in the Lake by Kimberly Bell, which is another NetGalley book that I have. It came out over a year ago, and I need to get to it. So I'm about 30% of the way through it. It's a shorter audiobook, comes in at just under 10 hours. So exactly what I wanted. So far I am enjoying it. Essentially, it's a thriller. I don't want to give away too much. It takes place in a small town in the Appalachian Mountains. The Appalachians? Anyway, and a woman is found in the water, in the lake, and she is a stranger. And this couple, it's his second marriage, but her first marriage. He comes from money. She's from the wrong side of the tracks. And this body washes up under the what's the word I'm looking for? Dock of their home on this lake. And so many years earlier, his first wife was found that way. So there's the thriller, the mystery thriller part of it. So far I'm really enjoying it. It's exactly kind of what I'm in the mood for. And like I said, I'm about 30% of the way through it. So I listened to some of that this morning. I also did some reading this morning on Night Shifts with Miami Doc, and I am enjoying that one quite a bit. It's a Harlequin medical. And so I'm hoping to finish, you know what? No, I'm hoping to finish today the Bree Baker book, Closely Harbored Secrets. That's my goal, is to finish that one today. If I finish that today, that should put me at 4 books this week, I think. I'm debating at the end of this, I might do a cute little graphic of like everything that I finished. Might be kind of fun, just like a little weekly wrap up, like a little graphic at the end. So let me know. I'll do that for this week. Let me know if you guys like that, because I know this is scattered throughout, like my reviews and stuff are scattered throughout the vlog. But let me know if that is something that, let me know your thoughts. Is that something you want to see going forward? I mean, I like doing stuff like that, so it's not that big a deal. And yeah, so tomorrow is Saturday. Yay. I have a busy day. I think I mentioned this already. We have to take Bernard to the vet. And then I have the Book Sisters live show with Chloe and Bree. And then Bree and I have an interview with an author. Actually, we have that before the live show. And I do hope to film a couple videos tomorrow, guys. Oh my gosh, that's what I had to tell you. I'm so mad. So, my TBR, which you guys are going to see go up on Tuesday, if I can get it filmed. I had filmed the whole thing last Saturday. I was so pleased with myself. I'm like, look at me, over a week ahead. Got my TBR filmed. I rock. Good on me. Good on me. And the fun part is that I did that whole pulling from the jar, where I pull from the jar. I did it last month for my NetGalley TBR. And I was also doing it for the Fall Into Reading Challenge that's hosted by Tia and Rainey and Angie and the Curly Reader. Is it Amanda? That they're hosting, or co-hosting, excuse me. And I had done all that on video. The video ended up being over an hour long because there were parts of it where I was looking up books. So it was while I was still filming, it was stuff that I was eventually going to cut out, right? So I was editing the video this morning. I thought, I've got some time before work. I might as well get some editing done. And about 20 minutes into the video, the whole thing went corrupted. Nothing. It was I can't even, it just went black. I don't know what happened. So I know it's not something necessarily that is to do with the length of the video, because I film videos on there that are 40 minutes long. But maybe once it hits an hour, or maybe, I don't know. So I said to myself that if I do that again and I get to that point, what I'm going to do is every 20 minutes or so, stop it and then restart it. So I have 20-minute clips that I could just put together. I think that might be easier. So I'm really mad. I was talking to my friend Bree, and I'm like, should I I have to refilm it, but should I repick? Because I kind of really like the element of me picking them, but Bree's like, don't be ridiculous. She's like, people will understand. Just film the video. Share all the pics and just explain. Technology sucks. And this is the situation. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. But anyway, that is it. Don't know if I'm going to check up with you guys again tonight. We had dinner out last night. I forgot to tell you that too. I should have gotten a video of it because it was so good. Last night was a bit of a run around because I finished work at 7, and then at 8 o'clock, Brie and I had an interview with author Sabrina York for the podcast, and we ordered dinner in. So we got it from Montana's, which is a chain up here in Canada. I don't know if you guys have it in the States as well, but they had, oh my God, I've never had them before from there, but they were so good. These chicken tacos, like a soft taco, and they had pico de gallo in them, and they had fresh lettuce and cheese, and I almost said mayo, and sour cream, and I don't know, and this sauce, this I almost want to say like a mayo salsa sauce, but spicy. Oh my God, it was so good. So we ordered from there. And when we ordered just before 7 o'clock. So just before I finished work. And they said, oh, it was like a 40-minute, for them to get it to us. So I'm like, okay, we'll have it by 7:30. I have a half an hour to eat before the interview at 8 o'clock. So then I get a pop-up notice from the app that we use up here. And my fellow Canadians, you probably have heard of Skip the Dishes. My friends in the States, I don't think you have, because Brie gets a kick out of that every time I mention Skip the Dishes. And they said, oh, we're running behind. We're very busy. Our food did not get here until 8 o'clock. So I was trying to eat very quickly and, so I could be on time for the recording. And I felt so bad because I'm kind of they're waiting for me for a minute or a couple minutes. And then on the other hand, I was like, this dinner was so good, I didn't even get to enjoy it properly. So I'm really disappointed. So I said to Garrett, next time we're going there to eat and making sure we have more than enough time, because those tacos did not get the attention they deserved. They were so good. So anyway, guys, that is it. I am rambling away, probably because I feel bad because this vlog has been boring as all get out. I'll get some video of Bernard for you because you all seem to like to see Bernard. So you can see the before. I promise I'll get a video of him tomorrow with his shaved posterior. I shouldn't laugh. I feel bad. But you know what? He's going to feel so much better once it's done. So anyway, that is it, guys. I may or may not check in tonight. If I check in, I'll check in tonight if I finish Closely Harbored Secrets. But if I finish it right before I go to bed, I'll probably check in tomorrow. I guarantee I'll check in tomorrow. But yeah, I will talk to you guys then. Bye, guys. So, guys, this is Bernard. Hey. Hey, Mr. Toes. Hey. Of course, big yawn. This is where he sleeps all day long. Underneath my desk, literally, he's underneath my desk, and I'm in a rolling chair, and the amount of times that I've rolled the chair close and almost ran over his tail, they sit in the most dangerous spots, I swear. But yeah, he's right here under the table. I think it's because the vent is right there, and of course, we've been having this crazy heat wave over the last week and a half, so for him, it's got to be nice and cool in there. But yeah, look at his back, you guys. I feel so bad. It's all just Matt's. The poor little guy. So tomorrow we're going to get that all fixed for you at the vet, aren't we, sweetheart? Hey, you going to say hi to the people? They love seeing your face. They love seeing your face. Yeah. So anyway, guys, that's it. Talk to you later. Bye. Hi, friends. It is Friday night. It is just before 8 o'clock, and I thought I would give you an update, and then I will talk to you guys tomorrow. So I'm not going to finish Closely Harbored Secrets tonight. I'm tired. Like I said, I haven't been sleeping well. It's Friday night. I'm in the mood just to veg out on the couch, watch some YouTube, and do some cross stitch. So that's my game plan for tonight. But I do want to do a bit of reading. So I was like, I didn't know if I wanted to delve into, not that, I don't know how to describe it. It's just I wanted something. Cozy mysteries are great because regardless of how you look at it, they are fantastic books for just wanting to chill. And I'm not discounting them. You guys know that because I know I hate it when people say this about romance. But there's just something about contemporary romance or cozy mystery books that just feel cozy. There's something that just are relaxing. But I wanted something even more chill than that. So I know I had this book out from the library and I forgot about it. And I meant to get to it a couple days ago. But I have Babysitter's Club Mystery, the next one I need to read, Dawn and the Disappearing Dogs. I'll put it up here, the cover up here. So I can finish this in an hour. And I'm like, that's what I feel like tonight. So between watching some booktube videos, I'm probably going to be doing some reading on that and some cross stitch. But how else am I celebrating my Friday night? Because as one does at 8 p.m., they go out and get a pumpkin spice latte. It usually has 2 shots of espresso in it. I only got 1, so I'm trying to tone it down just a bit. But I wanted something to try and keep myself awake, which I know I said earlier that I wasn't sleeping well. However, I'm hoping that if I can stay up a bit later, then I will be really tired when I go to bed. That's my thought process. And to couple that, I also have caramel M&Ms because Garrett went to the grocery store and he's awesome and he picked those up for me. But I got some book mail today, you guys, from the lovely Sabrina York, author. She has a special edition novel that's already out, and it is called The Accidental Homecoming. It came out a couple months ago. But she sent me in the mail her new book that comes out. This is an October release, and it's called Recipe for a Homecoming. Look at that cover, you guys. Isn't that delightful? So I just wanted to show you guys that. I am so, so, so happy that she sent that to me. It was so sweet. She also sent me, where did I put them? Oh, here they are. She also sent me some pens. Guys, are these not the most awesome things ever? So they have Sabrina York. There's her website. But they're blingy. Like, look, they're blingy. So 2 green and a silver. And again, it's another one like, I want to use them at work, but I don't. So I think I'm just going to keep them here. But anyway, that's my update for tonight, you guys. Hopefully more tomorrow. Like I promised, I will talk about Bernard as soon as we get home from the vet's office. So I will probably talk to you guys then. Bye, guys. Just another little quick clip outside. So I thought I'd get a different, sorry for the car lights, a little bit of a different location for you guys. I just came outside to maybe sit out here and read for a few minutes. And you can't tell in the video. It actually, from what I'm seeing in the viewfinder, it looks brighter than it is. But it's dark out already, guys. It's getting dark. So it's kind of sad. Fall. Well, no, I shouldn't say it's sad. I love it. But fall is clearly coming. So yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, I think it's darker because that's the sun is setting that way, right? So then there's the kitchen, front door. Sorry if this makes anybody dizzy. And then down the street. So that's, yeah, like I said, it looks a lot brighter than it actually is. But yeah, so it's getting dark, you guys. Fall is coming. And we have had such a heat wave for the last like week or so. Almost 2 weeks, that it is so nice that it has cooled down. I am so happy about that. But anyway, I'm off to go do some reading. I've got my my Kobo out here with me, and I'm gonna enjoy the nice cool weather for a bit. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi BookTube, happy Saturday night. It is about 7:30 and I am standing outside. I'm standing out here in the garage. We are having some rain. I don't know if you can tell. You can probably see that behind me. But again, for a bit of a different view of for this vlog, instead of just me hanging out in my room. So it's been a busy day. This is the first chance I've had to check in all day. We took Bernard to the vet this morning. Everything was fine. He's not completely shaved in the back, which I'm grateful for. I wasn't sure exactly what they were going to do, as I've never had to do that to a cat before. But I guess they just shaved out the mats. So he's all mat-free and happy, footloose and fancy-free. I will get a picture of him because I showed you the picture yesterday, so you can see better now what he looks like without the poor guy. He must have been feeling so awful. He just seems to be in such a better mood today. Like he's going all around the house. Like he was like kind of just laying down a lot, so they must have been bugging him quite a bit. So I feel so horrible. But now Garrett and I know we're going to keep up with it and make sure he gets brushed all the time, and if that happens again, then we'll just take him and have it done. It's not a huge deal. We won't wait on it like we did this time. So, reading update. I have not gotten much reading done today at all. The only thing I'm really reading today is that Babysitter's Club book, which I'm hoping to finish before the end of the day. It's Dawn and the Disappearing Dogs. Ooh, did you guys see that? That was lightning. That was pretty cool. Like, flashed on the camera. Wow. So anyway, I'm waiting for the thunder. I haven't heard it yet. So anyway, wow. I love a thunderstorm. I really love a thunderstorm. Anyway, I think I'm going to head in a minute. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to call it now that I finished it, because I probably will. I've got like 4 chapters left. It should take me 10 minutes to finish. So it's a 3.5 star. It's about a bunch of dogs that go missing in Stony Brook, and Dawn and the rest of the babysitters, sorry, I'm just switching hands here, take it upon themselves to investigate what happened to the dogs. So that was the last book that I finished this week. I think that puts me at 4 books. So not my best reading week, but kind of a lot going on. So I'm going to go inside, relax, watch some BookTube, get out of the rain, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye. Say hello to the bean. And his nice... He's got dandruff, but, you know. Hey, you handsome old man. Handsome old man. He's a good boy, aren't you? Yeah.